All right, welcome back, COSA 50 and 650 folks. Professor Almeida here. Happy Thursday, everyone. Hopefully your morning wasn't off to a shaky start. I didn't feel it. I was out on the freeway taking my daughter to school. So I haven't seen the news or heard any reports, but things are fine here at the Almeida abode. Hopefully things are fine where you're at. And it's finally starting to cool off. I don't know about you, but I'm pretty grateful for that. Now, in this video, I want to talk to you about the game plan for week 4, which is already open and available to you. And we will be wrapping up Tech for Success with Chapter 6 on security and safety, and then you'll have another exam day. So all that coming up, but first, I do have some housekeeping items. So let's go ahead and start with the housekeeping, and then we'll talk about the game plan for week 4. All right, so here we are in our class. And I want to first point out the ebook for TFS, and then later on with the Shelley Cashman series for Microsoft 365. As a matter of fact, I have the ebook open right here. You can see here are your 6 chapters for Tech for Success. We're only going through the first 6 chapters, and then later on when we get into Microsoft 365, you can see here are the chapters for Word. And again, we're only going to be spending 3 chapters with that. Take a look at your syllabus for details. As a matter of fact, here's the syllabus right here. And I want to start with attendance. Now, everyone has their own reasons for signing up for a face-to-face COSA 50 class. I mean, you could have taken this class online, but you have your reasons for signing up for a face-to-face class. And every time you walk through that door into M216, you are taking your first step towards success. And I do thank you for coming to class and getting the work done. Now, I know that the due date for TFS is still off in the future, but again, we want to make sure that you're using the class time wisely. That way, we both know that you're getting it done and, you're not leaving things for the last minute. Now, most of you have been pretty good about attendance. There are some of you out there who I haven't seen since the first week. I have raised attendance concerns in Starfish, and hopefully you see this video and hopefully you're getting my messages, because I will be watching for participation closely. So what do I mean by that? It's not just about coming to class, but again, you need to make sure that you are getting caught up on your TFS assignments. As a matter of fact, let's go right back here to the syllabus, just so we're on the same page here. Everyone has things going on outside of the class. I don't differentiate between excused or unexcused absences, but if you are frequently absent, it will cause you to miss out on important things, and you might find it hard to succeed in the class. Now, training sims should be pretty doable. The TFS exam should be pretty doable, but later on, when we start to dive into Microsoft 365, and especially if you're not showing up to class, it might be a bit more challenging to get caught up and know what's going on in class. Real quick here, if I notice that you have been inactive, that is, you haven't been showing up, and especially not submitting any work for at least 2 consecutive weeks, I may choose to withdraw you from the course due to poor participation. Again, most of you have been pretty good about showing up, but there are some of you out there, and before I decide to withdraw you, I will make one last attempt to try to reach out to you. Okay, so just keep that in mind. And on that note, again, let's make sure we're getting caught up with TFS, with our TFS chapters. Again, chapter 2, this was assigned all the way back in the first week, and then you have your chapter 3, your 3 exams, and then hopefully you've also had a chance to check in. At this point, you can just look at the forum, and that's going to unlock week 3. And then on Monday, we went over chapter 4, and then yesterday we did chapter 5. So here's week 4. Monday, we will wrap up TFS with chapter 6 on security and safety. You don't want to miss this lecture, because there are a couple of things that I do want to add to what's provided in the slides. Now, keep in mind that TFS was pre-pandemic. There are some things that have happened since, and again, we'll fill in the gaps when we go over TFS Chapter 6. Wednesday is exam day. Just like before, I will take attendance through your Canvas login. Now, as you may or may not know, I have access to analytics both in Canvas and in SAM. I can see when you've last logged in and how much time you've been spending in Canvas and interacting with the materials in SAM. So I will be taking attendance through Canvas, through your activity in Canvas, from 10:30 onwards in Wednesday until I decide to take roll. Okay, you're not going to know when I'm going to take roll. I do expect that if you're not in class, that you're actively working on materials. And then finally, we do have an optional discussion thread here on computer concepts if you want to chime in. So that is basically it as far as week 4 goes. Now, all of your TFS, everything since the participation requirement, the TFS Concepts 1 training, all of your TFS is going to be due together on Sunday, September 22nd. Now, with the training sims, they do need to be turned in on time, and you can think of them as participation. So if you don't turn in your training sim on time, whatever score you had right up until the deadline, it's going to freeze in place. So if you haven't started on your training sim and the deadline passes, it's going to be a 0 and there's no way to make it up. Okay, so don't leave those points on the table. Everyone in the class should be getting 100% on those training sims every time. And then as far as exams go, remember what we've talked about. Okay, if you need to take a break, you could just close out the exam and then you can come back and pick up where you left off. Okay, don't click submit until you're actually done with your exam. Otherwise, the score is going to lock in place, and whatever you get, that's going to be your grade. All right, so on that note, I will be in the Canvas live chat from 9 till noon Pacific time today. And then just as a friendly reminder of all your support options, okay, real quick, you do have the COS computer labs. Okay, here are the hours posted. You do have the Student Technology Help Desk, especially if you are using your own laptops. Okay, do be mindful of the hours. Online learning, even though we are face-to-face, you might find some of the tips helpful. And then finally, tutoring through MDSC. Okay, there is COSA 50 tutoring available, but it is online. Okay, and you can see the hours posted here. There is someone available online from 10 to 3 Monday through Thursdays, but again, you don't want to wait until the last minute. And to be honest, with TFS, it should be pretty doable, but keep this in mind later on when we get into Microsoft 365. All right, so have a good weekend. Take care of yourselves out there. If you're not in the Canvas live chat, you can always message me in the Canvas inbox. I will see you on Monday. Thanks for watching.